Welcome to the Nagual Zone. I am Anaam, and today we are talking about how to gain personal power without gaining self-importance as well along with it. But this is why we are all almost instinctively afraid of personal power. You know why? Because we are afraid that we will express that power either by being a tyrant, a petty tyrant, in fact, or by being mean, because we are not actually taught how to express ourselves honestly without being mean and petty about it. So what happens? You have a population that thrives on powerlessness, disempowerment. People literally won't attract money in their lives because they're afraid that if they get money, money comes with self-importance. They'll change. People, their friends will look at them as if, oh my God, you've changed, this, that, all the rest of it. Why? Because we are insecure. We don't know how to express our empowerment, our increasing empowerment in resources, development of mind, body, spirit, all of them holistically to others. We don't know how to do that. We have never been given a template for that. The parasites certainly won't give you a template for that. Toltec warriors have to learn this at the apprentice stage, and it takes a while. It takes a long time. It has to do with self-confidence, trusting yourself, and all the prerequisites for becoming an expert hunter of your own self-importance must be in place. Otherwise, what will happen is that you will gain power of whatever kind, and along with it comes self-importance and a sense of entitlement. It's very hard to remain humble. At the best, you will be able to manage a false humility, a false hiding behind spirituality to appear humble. Yeah, we all know those type of people, right? Who hide behind fancy spiritual nonsense in order to hide their insecurity, right? And we don't want that. It's inefficient. It wastes a lot of precious time, energy, and you have to manage it. You know, because you're not being authentic, you're not being honest, you have to manage. Lies always need management. Lies need ongoing maintenance, right? Because they break down very easily. So you got to just maintain the lies and put the nails back in, and the truth is bursting out, and you push it back in, and then ratchet it up, and then it's like dish, 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 and then burst. Get back in there, get back in there. And all your life is spent in defending your lies, defending your disempowerment, and all of that comes from an insecure place. The Toltecs have many different tools to get the apprentice or get a novice moving towards genuine empowerment. And I want to share one of those tools with you today. Again, as usual, I have used this tool myself. I continue to do it today, to this day, because it's a classic. It'll always work for you, and every time. And it works because you're not engaging in self-importance. You're not it doesn't bring self-importance along with it. And what is that tool? So write this one down. It's very important. Pre-decide to gain the advantage. Pre-decide to gain the advantage. What does that mean? Decide beforehand. Decide things beforehand. Always put an end time to everything you you're trying to accomplish, you're trying to do, or you wish for, put an end time to it. The thing with your creative mechanism, that everyone's born with it, everyone's given it. The thing with your creative mechanism is that it cannot function if you don't give it a start point and an end point. If you just give it vague, meaningless directions, I will become a rock star one day. That's kind of never gonna get you anywhere. Never. I will become a famous actor one day. That's never gonna get you anywhere either. It has to be a lot more concrete than that, right? I'll give you some examples in a bit, but everyone wants something in life. If not, it's not just one. We all want many different things to happen in our life. We want to be more empowered. We want to learn how to talk to other people in a way that doesn't create strife. We want to be able to be with our families in a way that can contribute to a little bit of peace. We don't want to behave in a self-important manner with people, friends, family who are just triggering us, right? All these things. Everyone wants things to get better for themselves. This is a universal desire. You can check all your desires, your wishes, your dreams, your wants, needs. All of them are for one thing alone: to make you have a better life for yourself, to get you to spend your moments in a better way than before. And pre-deciding is a great tool. What is pre-deciding? You're putting a start point to your creative mechanism. You're saying, okay, activate from here on. And you're putting an end point to your creative mechanism. You're saying, by this time, this thing must be accomplished, created, manifested, whatever else. Never leave it open-ended. I'll give you an example. Who wants to tell me? You can. One person can unmute themselves. Maybe okay. Raise your hands. Anyone who's got a health issue. Okay, Robert, we'll look at you. Robert, unmute yourself and tell me what is it? Give me one. If you have several, just take one.
Yeah, it's not a large health issue, but I did very little in physical activity over the last, I don't know, at least 5 years or something. Oh man, it's a shame. But so the body is feeling old and less energetic. And when I get an ache, it stays for way too long, for like the time a senior citizen would have to deal with it. So yeah, it will be good to regain some of the energy I have given away in certain ways.
Okay, so here we have a classic example of a creative mechanism. So Robert, again, unmute yourself. And would you like to better your situation?
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
In more than that way, in always conceivable. Yeah, for sure.
Great. So we have Robert, and that's a very similar story to many people, right? There's a situation that is preventing him from living a life that could be better than what it is right now. In his case, it's physical. Now, the creative mechanism here is a classic case of not being given clear directions. What Robert needs to do is have a start point and an end point. And and I'll explain this to you in a minute, As soon as he does that, the instant he does that, he has stepped into power. And I'll tell you exactly. One of my favorite things to ask people is, by when will you be healed? I've got cancer. Okay, you got cancer. I hear you. By when would you like to be healed? Oh, sometime would be nice, because I can't. No. I'm asking for a date. By which date would you like to be free of cancer? What? A date? But the doctor said, no. Just imagine for a moment that you can heal yourself. By which date and even time would you like to heal yourself? Oh, today. Well, that's not realistic. Think of a realistic date by which you can do this. You can accomplish this. And suddenly you can see that creative mechanism wakes up. It's like a dog that's been given clear directions and goes, okay. And they'd usually pick between 1 or 2 years. Your book ending, you're saying to your creative mechanism, hey, we're going to start now and we're going to end by this time. And by this time, this is what is expected of you to be accomplished. Whether it is actually done or not is not the real concern of the Toltec warrior. The real concern of the Toltec warrior is that he was not accessing power by pre-deciding. As soon as I decide, okay, someone says I've started having migraines. Okay, fine, migraines it is. By when would you like to stop having migraines? Oh, I wish they would go away now. Well, that's not realistic. Let's have a realistic time. If there was in realistic terms, if you were to pre-decide by which time your migraines are healed, what would it be? Oh, say it'd be nice 2-3 weeks maybe. Do you think that's realistic? Not really. Okay, by when? 3 months? Yeah, okay, 3 months is realistic. We can start with 3 months and then work with that end date. So what's the date? 30th of December. 1st of Jan, I'd like to walk ahead in life free of migraines. Suddenly, can you see how the body has shifted? The awareness has shifted into accessing power. Now, it doesn't matter if 30th, well, it also was 31st, isn't it? It's 31st of December. It doesn't matter if the migraine fully and completely healed. That's not the thing. What matters is that person stepped into a decisiveness which gave them power. And the more they keep stepping into decisiveness, the more the creative mechanism starts to work for them. And now they're starting to work with magic rather than reactivity. Something's happened to me in my life. I'm going to react to it and hope for the best. It's like shooting in the dark with a gun. Oh, I heard a noise. I hope I hit something. That's not how it works. Warriors come on the scene and they have night vision goggles and they can see everything. They go, oh yeah, there it is. Finished. So hoping and wishing is not going to work. That is never going to give you any power. What you really need is pre-deciding your fate, in a manner of speaking. We're not after the results, we're after the act of pre-deciding. The results are not what matters. It's the actions, the repeated pre-deciding actions. I am so lazy. Okay, you're lazy. By when would you want to stop being lazy? No, we're looking at a date. By that date, you will have cured yourself of laziness. But is it even possible? Well, why is it impossible? But surely it's not that easy. Have you tried it? Try it. It'll give you a sense of purpose and your energy, a clear channel to move into. You're creating a strong, clear pipeline for your creative energy to move. Now, what it accomplishes is none of your business. Your business is to give it a clear channel to move. It might end up accomplishing way more than you thought possible. Or it might not accomplish anything, but you put yourself in a position of power and you empowered yourself. This is the way. It's a very safe tool. It's a very safe way to empower yourself, gain personal power without taking self-importance along with you. Because all you're doing is bookending your mental cognition, bookending it. You're saying, we start from this date and we end at this date. So Robert wants to be fitter. Robert can decide a date. He may not just be ready yet to start going on, because it's a whole journey he's going to have to go to. Every single thing you do about power is going to be a journey. Some journeys are shorter than others, and others are longer and arduous. But any power you ever gain in your life will involve a journey and a price. It'll involve a quest and it'll involve a cost, right? In fact, the bigger the prize you're after, the more cost you'll have to pay. The more change you'll have to make within yourself to access that level of power. So let's say Robert wants to become fitter. There are plenty of people in his age that can do many amazing things with their body. And he can decide, okay, I'm not ready just yet. Maybe I'm mentally not ready, or I have too much of a negative attitude towards myself, whatever it is, right? Let's decide a date. By what date will you be ready to start move on that journey to make your body a fitter vessel to inhabit? Well, it's the 15th today. How about end of the month? All right, let's look at end of the month. Bring out the calendar. End of the month is the 31st. 31st of this month. Till that time, you can remain the way you are. And from the 1st till the date you decide, you get to change. And so by when would you like to realistically have achieved a higher level of fitness for yourself? In 6 months' time. Okay, let's take 6 months as an introduction of that journey. And you're realistically going to take, say, 2 years. But 6 months is a nice bite, chunk that you can bite into. End of the 1st of September for 6 months, which will be whatever the date and the month. That's your first lap of the journey. Then the planning kicks in. What people do is they don't pre-decide anything, they don't bookend anything, and they have these grand plans about their life. Which means that you got your fancy motorbike, but you forgot to put the fuel in it. It's not going to go anywhere. You got your Italian bike and you're sitting there, you bought your expensive helmet and with a fancy speaker system inside, and and then you're gunning the engine and you're like, why doesn't it start? And it never occurred to you that, hey, did you put fuel in your motorbike? Right? And the fuel in your motorbike is pre-deciding. Oh, I see. This journey is going to start at this date. It's going to end on this date. Right? That's how you move forward. I have trouble getting up in the morning, Anaam. I can't get up in the morning. Oh, I have no energy to get up in the morning. Oh, whatever, well, my problem, I have no discipline. Okay, I hear you. You have no energy to get up in the morning. From which date would you like to go on a journey to start gaining energy so that by the time you're finished, you are awake, alert, vibrant, feeling great, and you wake up? What's the start date? What's the end date? How long do you think it's going to take you? Usually everyone thinks they're the big balls on the block and they're bulletproof with an S written on their chest, and all they need to do is just rip their clothes, and the S is that they're made of krypton. They're pure, and they'll go, yeah, I'll do it in 3 weeks.